Ah, Texas. 850 miles from Orange to El Paso, 900 miles from Brownsville to Texline, and thousands upon thousands of highways and dirt roads in the middle. Exploring Texas ain't no small vacation, friend. It's a lifetime endeavor. But what if you don't have years, but just one single day? Well, that's where we come in. From the well-known landmarks to the completely obscure dives and hideaways, and all within a day's reach. So let's hit the road. I'm Chet Garner, and this is the Daytripper. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Let's talk about the birth of a country and a little place called Washington. No, it's not Washington, D.C., and it's not Washington State. This place is right here in Texas. It's Washington County, Brenham! And trust me, it's gonna be a sweet trip. Brenham sits on Highway 290, halfway between Houston and Austin. An hour and a half is a small price to pay for Brenham's sweet rewards. And what better way to be welcome to the city than with a giant ice cream cone? Now, there are a lot of reasons we came to Brenham in Washington County, but we'll get to those later. Let's not beat around the bush, all right? We all know the reason we came here. That reason is, of course, Blue Bell ice cream. This is the Blue Bell Creamery. Blue Bell's been making ice cream for over 100 years. The good old-fashioned way. And not much has changed. Oh, whoa!
Hi, I'm Jenna Lee, the Blue Bell Country Girl. Welcome to Blue Bell Creamery.
Thank you.
Would you like to take a tour today?
I would love to take a tour.
Okay, well you have to wear a hat.
Hey, that's no problem. So how does it like this?
Like that.
Look good?
Ready to go?
I'm ready. Okay, you don't have to wear the hat, but why would I pass up a chance for a costume? I'm so excited, I probably would have worn that dress. Each visit to Blue Bell starts with a tour.
I will be your tour guide today. My name is Jenna Lee.
The tour begins with a video about the history of the Blue Bell Creamery. Blue Bell started as the Brenham Creamery Company in 1907, purchasing excess dairy products from farmers to make butter. Well, soon after, they started making ice cream at the astonishing rate of 2 gallons a day and delivering it by horse-drawn carriage. Well, word spread quick, and the rest is history. Blue Bell is now available in 17 states and in dozens of flavors, but it all started right here in Brenham. The tour continues through the halls of the creamery, past the folks that make it happen. The creamery gets its name from a blue-ish flower called the bluebell that captured the owner's attention.
Follow me.
Each visitor gets a bird's eye view of the creamery floor, watching Blue Bell go from milk to dessert.
So it depends on a day-to-day basis what we make. What I can tell you, homemade vanilla is made every single day. That's our #1 best-selling flavor.
Yeah, it's pretty cool watching your favorite flavors being squirted into Blue Bell's iconic half-gallon tubs.
Now today, this very front line, we're making a rocky road. You see all those marshmallows down there?
Each line can turn out roughly 1/2 gallon a second. And the workers here have to know each part of the process as they shift jobs every 30 minutes. Yeah, these folks are hard workers, but don't worry, they are rewarded handsomely. You've heard that slogan, we eat all we can, and we sell the rest. It's more than just a slogan here at Blue Bell. It's actually true. And while employees are on the job, they get to eat as much Blue Bell as they can possibly consume. Here's the proof. I'm in the break room, and this is the freezer, stocked to the top with Blue Bell variety. My only question is, where are the job postings? Okay, no distractions. Back to the tour, which was just finishing up.
So are y'all ready to get some ice cream now? Yeah! All right.
Oh, I definitely was. But while the rest of the tour headed to the ice cream counter, I wanted to get a little closer to the action. So this is the production manager, Greg Bridges. He's gonna take us beyond the glass, and we're gonna get down on the floor and see where they're making this stuff.
All right, y'all come on with us.
Every variety of Blue Bell starts with a base of liquid, creamy goodness. From there, they add liquid flavors such as vanilla or fruit puree.
As it's exiting through the pipe, it'll come by and pick up any additional goodies that we have. In this particular case, we have a popcorn candy mixture that's being fed into that stream of ice cream. Blended in, goes up overhead to the filling operation.
This is frosting.
Actually, it snows every day at Blue Bell, even during the summertime.
It's a magical place.
That's right. See, as it continues on this particular flavor, we're actually injecting from the funnels. That is a sauce that's actually injected into the ice cream, spun in there, and it provides a swirl pattern.
Oh, okay. So it's different when you want the swirl versus when you want it to be mixed in.
Right. We have a lot of flexibility, and that's what makes making ice cream so interesting, is because you can do so many different varieties. People want variety, and we try to provide that. This is one of our newest flavors running right now. It's called Caramel Kettle Crunch.
I feel like I'm just gonna grab one and eat it. And since someone handed me a spoon, I'm left with no choice.
Go ahead, pick it off the line, just right off the, as it comes off, take the lid off and do that.
This has been one of my lifelong dreams, to sample Blue Bell flavors that aren't even out yet, and I'm about to go do it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. This is good. This is good. Well done. But let's not forget about the ice cream sandwiches or the fruit bars, which are all made right here on the floor.
Pretty neat machine.
It's all mechanized. It's amazing.
What is, it's a fun business to be in.
Yeah, making people happy.
That's exactly right, making people happy. That's what we're all about.
It's also interesting that Blue Bell actually makes all the varieties of cookies and candies that are mixed into its ice cream. This is high science. I mean, this is like NASA type stuff.
It's still pretty simple stuff, though. We've got a lot of good people that know what they're doing.
And the last stop before shipping, the blast freezer. They asked me if I wanted to step in and feel the negative 20-degree temperature, and I did.
We're probably 20 or 30 below.
They earned their ice cream in that room. Oh, that's freezing. Yeah, I think the crew and I had earned our ice cream too. So it was time to rejoin the tour.
And the crescendo of the tour, the ice cream counter.
There's a couple I've never had, like Southern Blackberry Cobbler. Sounds pretty good. The ice cream counter is a great way to let your taste buds wander to flavors you never even knew existed. I decided to try one I've never had, crazy cookie dough.
Kind of looks like potato salad.
The first scoop is on the house, but since the rest are only $1, why stop at one?
Just one more.
But all good things must come to an end, I suppose, whether it's your choice or not. After all, Brenham is more than just ice cream. It's a charming small town with a restored downtown full of shops and restaurants and a very vibrant community. We happen to catch the annual Mayfest Parade. Brenham is also the home of Glenn College and has a very robust history. But man cannot live on Blue Bell alone, so we need something more than ice cream to fill our stomachs. Now, we could easily drive to our next stop, but why drive when you can arrive in style? Besides, how else would you travel if you were going to eat a $100 hamburger?
Driving is such a bore. That's why I've flown here in my own private jet. I've come to the Brenham Municipal Airport to drop an entire bill on a single hamburger. I think I'll have 40 of them.
Welcome to Southern Flower Diner.
Oh, how charming.
Okay, the burger doesn't actually cost $100, it's only worth $100. So you don't have to be an eccentric millionaire to order it.
Ah!
The Southern Flower Diner is a 50s themed diner tucked away in the corner of the Brenham Municipal Airport. Poodle skirts, rock and roll tunes, the diner feels frozen in time and was the brainchild of owner and pilot Jack Hess. So tell me about this place. I mean, I love it.
Well, it's a 50s diner. Picked the 50s because it was a fun time in America. Everyone comes and relives those days. The jukebox plays that music, and only that music. And the people that come here are people that wore poodle skirts a lot, and they relive it.
Are you serving a $100 hamburger?
Yes.
Yes.
No. I've always wanted to say that, though. But it's a club that has 54,000 members, that's called the $100 hamburger. And those are pilots or members that just try to pick out restaurants across the United States that are good for pilots. They're easy to get to. The last 4 years, they've actually rated the restaurants in the United States for pilots. We won the first year, the second year, the third year, and the fourth year.
Wow.
What it is, it costs maybe $80 to $90 to fly here from almost anywhere. Austin, Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas. And then they buy like a $5 burger or $6 burger. And so it's like $100. They don't want to fly to a vending machine. They want to fly to some place that's fun that they can share with husbands or share with wives or grandchildren.
Yeah, but it's not just the hamburger that's worth $100. Southern Flyer has a full menu of homemade items. And believe it or not, folks really do fly in just for the food.
The food is fabulous, and the atmosphere, the girls in the poodle skirts, it's fun.
It's a great place for the family, and we love the food. The food's wonderful, and the best thing is when you get to sit out on the porch and watch the airplanes take off and land. It's a really good time.
Now it's my time to dig in.
Okay, so this is the $100 hamburger. It's fresh, half a pound burger, lettuce, pickles, tomatoes. Oh yeah, and it's on a homemade bun. Wow. You know, old-fashioned isn't just a gimmick here. They really do it the old-fashioned way. Here it goes. I don't know if they were making these things in the 50s, but it hits the spot today. And the onion rings are hand battered, made from scratch, just like the burger. These might be $100 onion rings too. That's like a $200 burger onion ring combo. Would I pay $100 for this hamburger? Heck yeah, I would. If I had my own jet, what do I care?
So can a burger really be worth $100? To some, yes.
Indeed.
Okay, but what about a $100 dessert? At a 50s themed diner in Brenham, gotta be a Blue Bell milkshake.
We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road.
Well, time to take back off. We've established that Washington County has plenty of food and ice cream, but what does it have to offer the outdoorsy day tripper?
Well, that's where Lake Somerville comes in, which is only about 14 miles from Brenham and is covered with public parks, including the Lake Somerville State Park and Trailway, which is where we're headed next.
Lake Somerville State Park is a great way to enjoy the lake's 85 miles of shoreline and a great place to swim, great place to fish, great place to take a hike. The trails take you through grassy meadows and beside sandy shores, so take a moment, soak it in, and post-lunch naps are perfectly allowed.
You know, I always say, every good hiker needs a good walking stick. That's about right.
Now, there are actually two state park units on Lake Somerville. The Birch Creek unit, where we are now, and the Nails Creek unit across the lake. They're connected by a 13-mile trailway that you can hike, you can take a horse, or you can bike it. Yeah, I think I'll pick that option. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Miles is a little further than I had anticipated. All right, where are we going next?
Okay, we've roughed it for a while. Now to explore a different kind of trail, the Bluebonnet Wine Trail, and one of its stops, the Pleasant Hill Winery. The Pleasant Hill Winery is owned and operated by Bob and Jeannie Cottle, pioneers of the Texas wine industry, who operate in a restored barn on top of, well, Pleasant Hill. Bob was more than happy to show us around.
This is the Lake Emerald vineyard. The grape was chosen as a result of an experiment that took us almost 10 years to figure out what we could grow here.
Oh, wow.
These grapes are destined to become Pleasant Hill Winery's white port.
Oh, all right.
It's also long-term. We planted our first experimental grapes in '93. We'll release our first white port in 2012.
Wow. Wow.
One of the lines I like to use on the tours is, how do you make a small fortune in the Texas wine business? You start with a very large one.
Yeah.
And no problem at all. So we get that going. The grapes themselves, we're right in the middle of bloom here, where we've got the blossoms. The blossoms fall off, the caps fall off, and the grapes form at those locations.
Pleasant Hill also has vineyards in West Texas for grapes more suited for that climate. But the processing is done here in the cellar of its restored barn, where they make 15 different wines. And above the cellar, you can sample just about all of them.
We do 4 in our tasting normally, and we have a variety. Some red, some white, some dry, some sweet. So you get to taste several. The first one is Collina Bianca.
Well, now that was excellent.
And this one is special because this is from our vineyard out in Fort Davis. Now, if you care to have a little snack, a little bread and dipping oil.
Yeah, yes, I will.
With your
Thank you.
Sangiovese.
So, after taking the tour, sampling the wine, I can confirm.
Yes, this is a very pleasant hill.
How long has it been since we last had Blue Bell? Well, by my watch, too long. Just about every stop or mom and pop shop has it. You can even find hand-dipped Blue Bell in many gas stations. But I fear that my vice for Blue Bell was catching up with me. I needed a place where I could spend some time to just clear my head. Spend some time with myself, my maker, and an entire field of miniature horses. The Monastery of St. Clair is operated by the Franciscan Poor Clare nuns, who serve God by taking care of His creation, namely these little miniature horses.
Oh, you're so cute, you little miniature horse. You're so much tinier than normal ones.
These tiny ponies are a breed of miniature horse that's smaller than some dogs. The sisters support themselves by raising and selling these horses, mostly to families, and by selling crafts. Curious day trippers can stop in on most afternoons, not Sundays, of course. You can see the stable, pet the ponies, and maybe, if you're lucky, you'll see a miniature horse. Yeah, I think these cute little guys have helped me get my head straight. Time to drift deeper toward the heart of Texas and the place where Texas began, Washington on the Brazos, which is 20 miles north of Brenham. The park is composed of 3 distinct areas. To set the stage, our first stop is the Star of the Republic Museum, which gives visitors a glimpse into Texas's era of independence, all the way to statehood. The museum helps visitors appreciate Washington on the Brazos, which might otherwise seem like a sleepy small town. Now, for visitors who want to relive the era, there's Barrington Farms, a living history farm frozen in the 1800s and centered around former home of Anson Jones, the last president of Texas. Visitors can experience what life was like before modern technology. Watch the oxen work, watch the cornbread cook, spin some yarns, figuratively and literally. But now on to the final portion, and the reason everything else is here, Independence Hall. The visit starts in a small museum about Washington, Texas. You know, back in the day, Washington was a pretty important city. To help explain further, I found park guide Janice Campbell.
Welcome to Washington on the Brazos. We're the birthplace of Texas right here. Of course, it was here in March of 1836 that we had 59 gentlemen meet in a general convention. In 17 days, they signed a Declaration of Independence from Mexico. They framed a constitution, elected officers for the new government that was created right here in Washington.
Oh my gosh, wow. What are we looking at here?
This is a replica of Independence Hall.
This is hallowed ground, really, for Texans.
It should be thought of that way.
I just feel it.
Oh, yeah.
Independence Hall was nothing more than a wooden shack owned by a local blacksmith. It's not much to look at, but its importance goes way beyond its appearance.
We have one handwritten Declaration of Independence here in Texas, and of course it is housed in Austin in the State Archives building. You know, of these 59 men that came and signed this document, you're probably going to recognize a number of these names. Of course, we have Sam Houston, Francisco Ruiz, and Antonio Navarro. They were the only 2 native Texans to sign this document. Lorenzo de Zavala, very interesting individual.
This is a wily bunch of gentlemen.
Oh, they were gentlemen. When Childress stood up and read this document in this convention, he basically read 15 grievances against the government of Mexico. He accuses Mexico of committing acts of piracy on the high seas. You have falsely imprisoned some of our citizens. Your government's unstable. Your president's a tyrant, and your treasury's broke.
Oh, wow. So they had good reason to come here and do what they did. Just being in this room, sort of on this ground, is pretty neat. And I'm going to read you guys a couple of my favorite excerpts. It's a pretty powerful document. When a government had... All right, one second. When the government had... All right, this just doesn't feel right. Give me a second. Oh, yes, this is much better. When a government has ceased to protect the lives, liberty, and property of a people from whom its legitimate powers are derived, becomes an instrument in the hands of evil rulers for their oppression. It is the inherent and inalienable rights of the people to abolish such government, to create another in its stead, and to secure their welfare and happiness. We, therefore, the delegates, with plenary powers of the people of Texas, in solemn convention assembled, appealing to a candid world for the necessities of our condition, do hereby resolve and declare that our political connection with the Mexican nation has forever ended, and that the people of Texas do now constitute a free, sovereign, and independent republic. Yeah, Washington on the Brazos is a pretty special place and a good dose of inspiration to be bold, stand up for what you believe in, no matter the cost. Yeah, but independence takes energy, and, well, energy requires food. Now you didn't think we would finish a day trip without dinner, did you?
Just outside of the park sits this place, our place. Now, Friday through Sunday, it's an old barbecue joint, but on Saturday night, it turns into Chef Randy's private dining experience. Serving, well, whatever the heck he wants to make. Come on.
Our place sits inside of an old renovated grocery store. Well, not totally renovated. The wood floors still creak and the screen doors stay open for circulation. Yeah, but don't let the homey decor fool you, because the food here could go to bat with any fine restaurant.
So I'm here with Chef Randy. We're sort of tending the coals. What's on the menu tonight?
All right, tonight we got a 16-ounce hand-cut ribeye. We're gonna cook over this open flame right here. And it comes with some garlic potatoes and our house salad, organic mixed greens, and a little bread, a little burrito to go with that for starters. But
wow. Now, I love your little restaurant you got here. What kind of people do you have coming through?
A lot of people from the park, a lot of the weekend ranchers. And you know, a lot of people in the Houston area from Europe or people from all over the world, like the people that are just here. They're from France, her friends from Turkey. I get them with the cowboy hat and holding the Lone Star beer behind the bar, and that is just, they send those pictures back home and they've got something.
Yeah, they truly had the Texas experience, right?
Yeah, they have.
Randy is truly a visionary in these parts. A man passionate about his food and willing to put in the time and attention it takes to make our place special. He runs it with his wife, Mindy, and his daughter, Randy.
Every Saturday we're here, that they're open, we're here.
Yeah. It's country city food, and you cannot get it in Houston, you can't get it in Austin, you can't get it even in Bryan.
So the sun is setting, the wine is flowing, and the grill is sizzling. The French bread and brie is a nice change up from my usual white bread and barbecue sauce, and the salad, delicious. Our place is winding down, but my appetite is ramping up for the main course.
Thank you. Look at this. It's a 16-ounce ribeye. Got a medium rare. It's very simply seasoned. The grill out there is flavored perfectly, and the steak is high quality. Day tripping doesn't get much better than this.
That is, unless you're day tripping with friends.
Hey, guys, how are your steaks? Yeah? Let's go day tripping without friends, right? Cheers, buddy. All right.
What a day. It started off pretty sweet.
You want some?
From my private jet to bike ride to wine to ponies to history to this steak, I must say, it finished off pretty sweet as well.
Well, we got some damage to do, so I'll see all y'all out on the road. Vaya con Dios, amigos. You get to eat as much Blue Bell. I'm Blue Bell drunk. I think, does that happen? It's more than just it's actually.
And property of a people from whom it's, that got Irish.
Look ahead, Dan.
Howdy, y'all. Follow along with my adventures at Daytripper on Instagram and at the Daytripper TV on Facebook and YouTube. Or head to thedaytripper.com for travel guides, past episodes, and info on our mobile app and Team Daytripper. This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Howdy, y'all. Chet the Daytripper here. Thanks so much for tripping with us. Remember, while you're here, like this video, subscribe to our channel so that we can stay out there on the road and keep on tripping. Did we miss anything in this town? Leave us a comment, let us know. We love finding out about new stops with all of your tips. And if you love Epic Texas Day Trips, remember to check our channel. We got a lot of them on there. Also, don't forget, if you want some sweet Daytripper merch or another cool Texas-made product, come see us in Georgetown at the Daytripper World Headquarters. You can also shop online if you check the link down there in the caption. All right, y'all. Bye con Dios, amigos.